Oh guys, Pokemon Master 556 here with a big old fatty PSA returns, and it's more like a surprise for you guys because I never even showed submission number 23, and it came back so quickly that it actually finished a day after submission 22, so I never even had time to even show you guys that video. So, you guys are in for a treat. Those cards did amazing at PSA. My submission for 22 did not do as good as I would like it to have, but so I'm going to be grabbing and mixing these up so that you guys get all sorts of awesome grades instead of just a whole bunch of 10s in one video. I'll be mixing it up so that we get a fair amount of 10s throughout the whole video. So, without further ado, first card here. Look at that. Starting things off with a Gem Mint 10 Tauros. Pretty rocking already. So that's pretty sweet. So I'll be starting a 10 stack. It's going to be snagging some random cards from off this pile here. This card looks pretty hopeful of a 10 as well. Awesome. The Gem Mint 10 Pidgeot from EX Fire Red Leaf Green. I'm hoping to complete the holo set in 10 of this set one of these days. It would be super awesome. Next card up here, probably a 9. Got a couple nickages on there. So we got a Legendary Collection Dark Dragonite. Pretty sweet card. Very difficult to come by in a 10 too. I've had nothing but issues with that card, and I own 6 copies of it. Next up, we got Pidgeotto. Got a Mint 9. Some of these cards are definitely worth the regrade. I think this was one of them. Definitely a flawless back on that card. Why I got that 9, we'll never know. So, I'll take a look at it later. Ooh, there's another good one. So this card is up for sale. Actually, I kind of already sold it. Someone on Instagram. So we got a Azumarill Gem Mint 10. This card was a regrade, so it was a 9 before, and I looked it over and I was like, why did this get a 9 and not a 10? And to my surprise, boom, 10 baby. Next up, we got a Dark Houndoom Gem Mint 10. Look at that card. Freaking sweet. So glad to have that one come back as a 10 for me. Next card up here. Looks like we got a Dark Vaporeon Mint 9. Really hoping I could score a 10 on this card eventually. I think this one might even be worth the regrade. I can't say I remember, but yeah, this card is very solid on the back. There might be a scratch or two in the front or a little bit of extra silvering or something, who knows. Next up, we got a Mint 9 Dark Slowking. This card is freaking sick looking. Love the artwork on these these Rocket Returns cards. Next up, nice. So we got the Gem Mint 10 Aerodactyl EX from Sandstorm. Pretty ballin' card right there. Next up, we have my buddy's Great Rockets Mewtwo, Gem Mint 10. That's pretty sweet right there. I like that card a lot. Always kind of wanted to get those cards in 10 myself, but I have too many collection goals to be throwing down on stuff like that. Next up, we got a 1999-2000 4th print run of the base set. So, got a 10 on the Dragonair. Pretty cool. That was a regrade as well. Should never have came back a 9, but it did. Speaking of 9s, we got one right here. Tentacool, Mint 9. Legendary Collection. Next up, got a Mint 9 EX Fire Red Leaf Green Marowak. Not really quite sure why this card came back a 9. As I said before, some of these cards got really whack grades. Next up, we got Gem Mint 10 Nidoqueen, bringing it back. This card I actually put a minimum grade of a 10 on there, but just to test it out. It's the very first time I've done that. I already knew this card was coming back a 10 though. That was obvious. Alright, what do we got next? So we got a Mint 9 Celebi EX Secret Rare Unseen Forces. Freaking gorgeous card. Sucks it came back a 9. Next up, boom, baby. That's a nice card right there to have in a 10. Light Arcanine. This was a regrade as well. Looked it over and I was like, why, oh why, PSA? Why would you grade that a 9? I've had some really harsh graders in the past. That's why I cracked open some cases, because I knew that the cards would come back 10s. Unfortunately, War Turtle came back a 9. It's kind of obvious looking at the kind of bad centering left to right. Next up, we have, boom, another crazy good card right there. Light Dragonite, Neo Destiny, 10. So seriously, if I was collecting this set, I would have all the best cards already. Light Dragonite, Light Arcanine, Dark Houndoom, those are sweet. Next up, yeah, this is a good one right here. Pidgeotto base set, first edition. Shadowless. Gem Mint 10. So I'm pretty happy about that. Came out of the set that I had recently purchased. Got an Electabuzz, Mint 9. Ruby Sapphire. Next up, got a Mint 9 on Erica's Venusaur again. That kind of sucks. I was really hoping to get a 10 on that one. But can't win them all, right, guys? Next up is the second Light Dragonite that I graded. This was a regrade as well. Only came back a 9 for me.
Mom, pew pew.
Got the Meganium EX. This one scored a 9. I don't remember if this one looked like it was 10 worthy or not. Nah, it's got really small baby nicks on the corners and on there, which sucks. Next up, I've got this card, and I've regraded so many of these trying to get a 10 on this card. Rocket Scyther EX Mint 9. I swear this one should get a 10. I don't know why it keeps coming back a 9. But I'm going to keep on regrading it till they give it a 10. One way or another, someone's going to give it a 10. I'm tired of there being a pop 2. Must have it. We got a Rocket Zapdos. Gem Mint 10 from Gym Challenge. Pretty nice card right there. Next up, we got a Dark Dragonite from Rocket. First edition. This is my buddy's card. He scored that, so that's pretty cool. Glad he got that. Next up, we got a Mint 9 Dark Steelix. Pretty sure I graded a 9 from the centering. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Next up, we got Plus Power Mint 9. Doesn't surprise me none. A lot of my uncommons, unfortunately, had some small nicks in them. Dark Crobat, Mint 9. This sucks. It's really hoping to get a 10 on this one. I don't know if the centering is just too much, top to bottom, too far off. I don't know. Next up, we got Politoed, Mint 9. Pretty cool looking card. Next up, we got the Ivysaur, first edition base set. Came back a Mint 9, which really sucks. This would have completed my second evolution trio. I don't really know why it came back a 9. I think that they're just doing population control, because there's nothing wrong on the back of this card at all. And so you could see the centering is really good. That actually came back from my really good submission that I had sent off, so I was really surprised that came back a 9 on that. I got a Mint 9 Kadabra Legendary Collection. Looks like we're hitting a bunch of 9s right now, so I'll grab this card because I'm pretty sure it might be a 10. Or it might be a 9. Who knows? Another 9. So I don't know why. I don't know why this came back a 9 at all. Maybe they nicked it or something. I don't know. Grading cards on this submission that I had sent out very harshly.
Wow.
Then we got another Mint 9 here, Mewtwo EX from Ruby and Sapphire. Where's my 10s at? Where my 10s at, dog? Next up, Japanese card, Darkness Energy Hollow. Pretty cool card, Gem Mint 10. The Darkness. Next up, we got a Mint 9 Legendary Collection. Potion Energy. These cards are so hard to get 10s on. I got a Pikachu Red Cheeks Mint 9. That'll be for sale since I do have a 10 already myself. Next up, oh yeah, I forgot about this card entirely. Legendary Collection Reverse Dark Blastoise 10. I think that there's only 3 of these in population, and what a awesome card. Freaking awesome. Next up, we got a Black Star promo Articuno EX. Came back a Mint 9. Really digging this giant submission. Magikarp Mint 9 Legendary Collection. Mint 9 Pidgeot Legendary Collection. Thought that one was a 10 worthy card too. I can't remember. Next up, we got the Lass. Came back a Mint 9 as well. I consider regrading this one. It looked flawless on the back from what I remember. Slight centering issue, if anything, but definitely deemed worthy of still a 10, in my opinion. Next up, we got Unseen Forces Vaporeon Holo, Mint 9. Definitely should have received a 10 on that one as well. Like I said, man, PSA was going a little rough on this submission. This one got a 9, unfortunately, because I've been looking for this card in a 10. This is the Unlimited Umbreon EX. It's a pretty sick card. Next up, we got a Gem Mint 10 Rocket Snorlax EX. Freaking sweet. Man, the sun's glaring right out on my face. So we got a Gem Mint 10 Mr. Mime EX, the 110, number 110 version. I swear a lot of these EX cards did quite well for me, so that's pretty awesome. I got a Kadabra Mint 9. Actually, now looking at this, maybe they gave it a 9 because of the centering, but still, once again, definitely still worthy of a 10 regardless. I don't know who the butthole was that was grading my cards, but he needs to be slapped across the face. So we got a Gem Mint 10 Tentacruel Legendary Collection reverse card. Got a Mint 9 Revive base set. Pokemon Trader Mint 9. Typhlosion, or as I used to call it, Typhlosion, whatever. Mint 9. It's so crazy that they gave me so many 9s that round. They definitely made up for it with the last round, with this newer one. Mint 9 on the Feraligatr as well. So those cards both that I just showed were easy 10s too. Next up, Gem Mint 10 Nidoking. It's a freaking sweet card too. Next up, we got Pokemon Trader. Not really quite surprised with this one just because its centering is kind of far off. This one a little worse than the others. Got a Kingdra from EX Team Rocket Returns. It's a sweet card. Holo version, not reverse. What is this one? Full Heal Energy, Mint 9. Oh, almost put that in my 10 stack. Poliwhirl Gem Mint 10. I'll be swapping this one into my collection, so one of those will be for sale. Mint 9 Machamp reverse. This is definitely getting regraded because when I looked this thing over, it was an easy 10 from what I recall seeing. Next up, we got the Articuno Mint 9 reverse. Got a Gem Mint 10 Charmander from base set. That's pretty awesome. I'll be taking this one, putting this one in my collection, and selling the other one that I have. So one of those will be for sale as well. Got the Boss's Way Mint 9. This is a pretty happy one right here. Neo Revelation Crobat Gem Mint 10. This was a regrade as well. Pretty happy to upgrade that. Next, we got the Psychic Energy Gem Mint 10. Houndour from Neo Discovery, Gem Mint 10. I already have a buyer lined up for that. It's actually one of my buddies that's been sending cards off with me, trying to complete the Neo sets. Next up, we got a Mint 9 Celebi. This one was a regrade, and I, of course, you know, had an extremely harsh grader on these ones. Might even consider regrading that one more time. Third time, sometimes a charm. Next up, we got Dugong, Mint 9. From base set, still need that card in a 10. Got the Scizor, Mint 9. I recall, I think this one had a big nick on the back, yeah. I don't know why I regraded this card. Maybe, I don't know how I missed that, but kind of weird. Next up, we got Raikou, Mint 9 as well. This was a regrade. Should have came back at 10. But didn't.
Sorry about that.
Oh, whatever. It's still recording.
You can just cut it out anyways.
No, I can't. No. That's fine. I don't care. I got a Poliwrath Gem Mint 10. This card here will be for sale, as I already have one. And my buddy doesn't need mine either. I got a Squirtle. Came back on Mint 9. From the base set. Good thing I already popped my 10. Then we got the Water Energy in a 10 as well. This is pretty cool, actually. This completes my common set for the base set in PSA 10. So stay tuned for a video of that. That'll be exciting. This was a huge disappointment to me. Suicune came back on Mint 9. Definitely worth the regrade. Unless they damaged my card. Still looks just as good as when I sent it, from what I could see. If my Crobat came back at 10 from a regrade, and a few of those other ones did, then that card will definitely come back at 10, I would think. I got a Ninetales Legendary Collection, came back at 9. What's this? Dark Slowbro, Mint 9. Man, these Legendary Collection holos are just... ugh. So difficult to come back as 10s. Machoke, Mint 9. It's 9 piles, getting pretty big. Next up, oh yeah, this is a sweet one. So I got Dratini, Gem Mint 10 from Legendary Collection, reverse card. This is a population of 1. So I am the first person to get that card in a 10. Which is always kind of exciting. Next up, here's another awesome one. This was a regrade as well. Magneton Gem Mint 10. This card is now a population of 4, and I'm glad I could put that in my collection finally. This is one of my buddy's Browser Boy TCG's cards. Sucks I came back a near mint to Mint 8. I think that was the first 8 I actually just came across. This is a really good one right here. Gem Mint 10 Legendary Collection Venusaur Holo. I am so very happy to have that staying with me, of course. Mint 9 Magmar from base. Mint 9 Flareon Legendary Collection. Next up, Ivysaur Gem Mint 10. This card would look really good next to a reverse holo of the Venusaur, because I have the Bulbasaur as well, and this card is a population of 2 also. It's pretty cool. Next up, Rattata Gem Mint 10. Pretty cool to get that rat scratched off the list. Next up, we got the Mint 9 Jolteon Legendary Collection. Whoops, stuck 2 10s in my 9 pile. That's no good. What we got here? Another near mint to Mint 8 Charizard from my buddy. So rather unfortunate. Neither of them came back 9s. Legendary Collection 9, Machamp. All these mint cards. This card came to me as a disappointment. Could have been the centering, I don't know. Definitely gonna give it at least one shot for a regrade. The back of it was flawless, so kind of sad to see that come back a 9, because I can never ever find that card in a 10 anywhere. It's kind of unfortunate. And my first near mint to mint 8, Dark Raichu. Next up, got another mint 9, Dark Dragonite. Like I said, I got 6 of these cards. I think I got like 2 or 3 9s and an 8 so far. Next up, Rocket's Mewtwo EX, mint 9. Got Articuno Holo Legendary Collection, mint 9. Next up, Doug Trio, mint 9 from first edition base. Definitely had some harsh centering. Rhyhorn, pretty cool. Gem mint 10, reverse holo. Pretty happy about that too. Next up, this is sweet right here. Gem mint 10, Moltres, reverse holo. Actually looking it over, I thought this card was going to get a 9. Now I'm not really exactly sure why. Maybe it had a couple light scratches in it or something that were harder for PSA to see that I noticed. This card's probably a 9. Oh yeah, this is my super awesome Raichu. I feel like this card could probably come back at 10. That's literally all that's wrong with it, is like this little speck down here. Pretty freaking awesome though. I mean, to be able to grade mint 9 cards, even just mint 9 cards alone from the base set, is no easy feat. Next up, mint 9 Venusaur from base set. Look at that. It's freaking sweet. Next up, a near mint to mint 8. No one wants to see that. It's just a Gengar holo from Legendary Collection. And then this is going out to my bro, Gem Mint Pokemon, because he does not have one yet. So, Gem Mint 10, Dark Persian, Legendary Collection holo. I knew one of those things would come back at 10 for me, and it did. Near mint to mint, first edition base set, Ninetales holo. I already knew this card would come back in 8 just because of the centering. As you can kind of tell, top to bottom, it's kind of harsh. Got 4 cards left here. And we got a mint 9 Magneton. This card had some light scratching on it, which sucked right out of the pack. Just the back side of this card was flawless. Pretty cool card though, nonetheless. Got a mint 9 Spearow. Legendary Collection. Got down to 2 cards, which is there 10, 2 10s, 1 10, no 10s? What is there? Want to end with a bang, a good bang. Oh, look at this card's labeling. 1999 Pokemon Trainer, full heal. This should say Pokemon Game. I don't know how they managed to do that one. Good job, PSA. Good job. Last but not least, and we gotta end on a bad note. Zapdos, Legendary Collection, PSA 8. But anyways, guys, look at that stack of 10s, 9s, and then this little stack of 8s. So, pretty freaking awesome. I'm happy. I hope you guys are too. Gonna do some regrading too as well, but anyways, guys, stay tuned for a couple more awesome videos, like a complete common base set, PSA 10 set. Pretty awesome, if you ask me. Anyways, guys, peace.